Alright, I want to ask you about the state of film, television in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Like, we have all the potential in the world. You know what I mean? We have the creatives here, we have all of these things. What is stopping us? Why is it that international content is so dominant when we have all the potential to be creating our own stuff?
I think one is teamwork. I know a lot of good writers are here, a lot of cinematographers, a lot of good editors, a lot of producers, designers and stuff like that. So I would like to see on set where one of the better writers, one of the better cinematographers, all of those people just come together and shoot one good movie instead of one person doing the writing, one doing the editing, one doing the videography and everything like that. It's getting better somewhat because good equipments are getting cheaper. So you're seeing better quality, people are telling better stories, people are actually going for actors who are really actors instead of like a celebrity or somebody to sell the product. Speaking of selling the product, I've seen where some very good stories were told here, but because they used celebrities who aren't actors, them just famous, they just want to use the name to sell the brand, the production doesn't go anywhere. And it's bad when it goes international because people are going to be like, no, we don't want to source any actors from Jamaica because this is what they have to offer. So people like me and others who go to school, who really want to act, that's our passion, it's discouraging for us. And I think marketing is our biggest problem. I don't think we spend enough time marketing our stuff. Like pool money together, reach out to various companies and say, hey, we're looking for sponsorship and funding for this. I think we just shoot because we have equipment and time and people and just put it out there. I think what we should do is spend enough time on writing, getting a good production together, creating a good team and do proper marketing. I think that is our problem. Because you can come up with a production and say, man, I have much money, but me have a really good story. Yeah, but you alone want to do everything. How about reaching out to others and say, hey, I have a really good story. Do you mind being the light man for this or the sound man for this and just work from there? But I think marketing is the biggest problem. I think we should do like people overseas where a movie dropping next year and they're promoting it from last year's summer. I think it's too much rush. Like everybody's just trying to put content out, and then it lacks quality. It's just a production.
Alright, so you told us the state and you told us what you think can happen. What about recent successes in the Jamaican film? Like, for example, Sprinter in on Netflix.
That's good. That's really good because they had, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, but I think Will Smith, his production company had something to do with it. No, that's big marketing. That's good because even when you watch Sprinter, you saw like real Jamaican actors, you heard like raw Jamaican accent. That was really good because even with Flight, the movie that I did, that was one of the top 5 selection in the American Black Film Festival. And that's on HBO right now. That's homegrown content, raw Jamaican content. So it's all about marketing because Kia Moses, she did a really good job. She reached out to various film festivals. She was very successful at basically every film festival we entered, from Cannes to the Grenada Film Festival. So many. But like you said, Sprinter, that was good because it's on Netflix. You rarely find a Jamaican production on Netflix. And the fact that they had international people behind it, pushing it, that was good. And what Storm did, that was really good. If he was the one who reached out and said, hey, I'm shooting this and I need some money, that was good. Or if they reached out and say, hey, we see you as a good director, can you produce it? That was good, as long as you're getting people behind your production to like pump money, pump time, pump everything into it just to get it out there. It's all about marketing. It's all about networking.
So what do you think can be done for the future of the Jamaican film and TV industry? Like, what do you think about the curriculum in high school, or the curriculum after high school? Do you think there should be a film school?
I think CPTC is doing that. Like you said, a few institutions here offer it, but it's like they don't focus on everything in general around film. It's just like basic stuff. So a lot of people I know from here, they actually go overseas to like complete their studies. So if they were getting everything here, that would be good. Because a lot of people too, you know, they want to do film, but the money and sometimes it's the location for where they want to go and study. So they're just like, So that should be in every high school, like theater arts in general. If it's even to start with theater arts, that's what I did in high school. Theater arts, from drama to drama comes under theater arts, but not a lot of high school offered it, because at the time they never offered it at my high school, which was Central High School. It was only a selected few of people who they had selected for that particular course. So most of these people used to running around with a phone and be like, if you had a school like for those people, I think they could be better. So even if they're still doing something comedic, at least they would get the angles better, the lighting better, the sound better, and everything. So I would definitely agree with opening a film school, or emphasize more on it in the various institutions that it's at right now. Add more to the syllabus.
Who's your favorite actor? Give me a top 5 actors of all time. Male, female, it no matter. Give me the top 5.
Top 5: Tom Hardy, Gary Oldman, Dustin Hoffman, Kate Blanchett, Christina Chastain.
There are a lot of notable omissions from that. People are gonna say, where is Denzel? People are gonna say, where is the chick from How to Get Away with Murder? I forgot her name. You know what I mean?
Oh, Viola Davis?
Viola Davis, people think she's very, very good at what she does.
She's really good. She's a natural.
Yeah, but you just prefer, why you prefer that 5?
Okay, those for me are people who are real method actors, and I'm a method actor, so I go for people who inspire me. Gary Oldman, for example, he's good with accents. Dustin Hoffman, he's also good with accent. They're good with impersonating people, they're good with characterization, and that's what method acting is about: characterization, internalization, naturalism and realism. And I've seen that from those actors. Not saying I haven't seen it with others, but those are the ones who stood out to me the most. So that's why I prefer those people. Okay. I've seen where Kate Blanchett played a man. And if I never look at the casting, I would have never known that was Kate Blanchett. Oh, really? Cool.
All right. Like movies that you sit down and you watch 20 times, 30 times, 40 times.
All right. Warrior with Tom Hardy. Legends with Tom Hardy also. I watched Taxi with, I don't remember that actor's name. He's really good though. What name? Taxi? I don't remember the actor's name, but yeah, those. And can't remember anything else off the top of my head right now, but like Legend and Warrior, Tom Hardy, yeah. And Gary Oldman was really good in Planet of Apes. Planet of the Apes or something like that. Yeah. And in Batman Dark Knight. Yeah. So those actors, once you say acting, those are the people who I go for.
Is there a favorite scene that you have overall? Maybe not come from your favorite movie, but is there a favorite scene that you can think about right now, like off the top of your head, you can say, yo.
Okay, in Legend, with Tom Hardy, where he played the Cray brothers, he came into the restaurant. I don't have the accent. And there was this fight scene. Well, before the fight scene started, he walked in, and I guess he was not impressed by the so-called gangsters and how they approached the fight. So he was like, a shootout! It's a fucking shootout! Like a Western!
Shootout, right? It's a fucking shootout. Like a Western.
I don't even remember all of the lines, but like he killed that completely. Like, what's that? That like rolling pin. We're gonna shoot me cranny and bake me a cake. Like Geronimo Pratt and I came to a shootout, right? A proper shootout. And spit flying out of his mouth and stuff like that, like a Western. Like he killed that. He totally bodied it.
What is that?
Yeah, what do you think, Puff? It's a tool.
No, it's not. It's a fucking rolling pin. Who are you, Fanny Craddock? What are you gonna do with that? You gonna bake me a cake? You gonna sing me a song? Watch me blow out me fucking candles? I come here for a fucking shootout, right? A proper shootout with some proper men. Like Colonel Custer and Geronimo. Have you ever heard of them? No. Because you were too busy in your penny baking fucking fairy cakes, weren't you?
So Tom Hardy, my G. And he was the one who came in Venom as well. Yeah, Tom Hardy, my G.
Alright, I love what you just did a while ago. So what I'm gonna ask you to do, because you have found a way to convey without speaking different emotions. So I'd like you to go through the range of emotions just with your face.
Man, I put him on spot star.
Yeah. So, you know, you have anger, you have sad, you have surprised, you have all of them things.
Well, for me, with crying, what Glenn Titus Campbell taught me was you internalize. So if you are to cry, you have to know where it's coming from. Like if a director says, cry, okay, where's the tears coming from? Somebody for you died, or who is this person? You need a story in order to cry. And what you can do to make the tears come quickly, you go to a moment when you were really, really hurt and you stay in that moment mentally. You're there and you focus on that moment and you stay in that moment and you think how hurt you were. And you add other moments to that moment, and then the tears will come because you're internalized.
All right, but what if you're not you don't reach tears? Like, well, here's one portrays sadness.
It's the same internalization. So you can just go to a moment when you were really sad, the girl break your heart, or you get F on the exam, or something like that. It's all about how you internalize and what you reflect on. That makes it very easy to express an expression.
Okay. So what I'm basically having to do is express some of these expressions for us. You know, like for example, remember real youth when you were just at the table. Everybody could just know what you have to just by how you look on the different characters on the table. So you look on the girl and you say, you. You see me? You look on the youth and yeah.
For strike force, that was the Joker. Stay so. Dude, you messed me up right now.
No, you're winning, you're winning. Oh, nobody can ever trust you if you can just try and come on.
I don't know. But make me cry up on spot star. Yeah.
If there's anything you want your legacy to be, you know what I mean? What is it? What would be? What would you want the world to remember about Zbek Nelson? Because at this point, you can't think about Jamaica, because even when you do something as simple as stay, so you stay in Jamaica.
True,
you know,
true.
People in the Caribbean see, people in the diaspora see. Might be go maybe a European eye seat or whatever. What do you want your legacy to be?
Like how I never limit myself. I never limit myself to Jamaican productions only. I never limit myself to one country. I never limit myself to who I work with and how I work, how passionate I am, how serious I am, how professional and dedicated, how helpful I am, because I don't feel like you should be like rich and famous before you can actually help somebody. You can just bring somebody, like help somebody by words of encouragement, bring them on set, like, hey, you say you want to act, all right, come, bring you on set so you can stay backstage and you see how the whole process unfolds. Yeah, basically that, just how passionate I am, how much I love acting, and everything I do is like acting is in it. Like how I network, I'm in people's DM, I see people in the street. You can't be afraid. You have to be a risk taker, not a risk averse. And one of the best time to attack people, I don't mean fight them now, is when you have a buzz. Because when you have a buzz, everybody knows you. That's the time when you should be in the street, in people's DM, I email people, I call people, all of that. Just try your best not to lose your passion, because once you lose your passion, you lose interest. And still keep working at your craft. The right people are going to find you. Just never give up. And don't allow only your peer to tell you if you're good or not. You need to hear from people who don't like you. You need to hear from people who don't know you. Because if you keep hearing from the same people, that's not helpful. And don't be afraid of correction. Don't be afraid of no's. Because some of the no's make you stronger. Yeah, just keep your passion, keep at your craft. The right people are going to find you.
How do you handle it now when people see you in the streets now? You know what I mean? What the first thing people say to you when they see you in the streets? Probably you take a taxi, or if you drive, you drive and put up on the stoplight, or you park and come over to the bank or something.
I get stuff on discount or I get it free. That's the good thing about being Zbek. Zbek is not really Zbek for anybody. Zbek is Wagwan family or Wagwan Wa. Like, my name is not really my name. My name is any character I play or a line that I use. That's it for me. But I like when I go to like the party shop and they say, oh, are you? Okay, so one extra party here. Or I go to the store and it's like, oh, are you? Okay, you get discount on a shirt here. Oh, are you? All right, free ride for you. But it's never the same in the street for me. Oh, okay, I walk with them, I just want to talk and take a picture. And I just do it because that's what I wanted from people who I look up to at the time. And it feels good to know that people who I used to reach out to for work are the actual people who are reaching out to me for work now. Damien Gill, for example. I used to call Damien Gill like at least twice a week. And Damien used to be like, yo brother, I have credit on my phone and give me a chance to use up some of my credit and call it too. I don't have nothing right here now and Ray. And then when he finally called me and I worked with him on Siren by Esca Levi, he was blown away and he was like, yo, as of now, you're good. We have work for you. And we just started working from there. So it goes back to what I said earlier on about just keep working at your craft and just be dedicated and reach out to people. You have to network and the right people will find you. You can't give up. You can't just try one time and the people that you hear a no and you just leave it at that. Because if I had taken the no from Damien, I wouldn't be here working right now. Just stay persistent and try to prove to people that you can do it. Because I never had any work under my belt at the time. Nothing to prove to him but just words.
What about in your community, the people that know you? How do they treat you now versus they treated you before?
It's no different, to be honest, because I was never the type to really talk to anybody. It's always just hi and bye, and that's how it still is. But I can feel the love. You know, like the person doesn't have to say it for you to feel it. Just the way they look at you and hi and bye, you can just feel that the energy is different. So yeah, the energy is way different from, I would say the energy is different from
What would be your ideal role? Have you played it already? Like,
I've been asked that question already, but I don't have an ideal role as yet. Not in the back of my head right now. Because honestly, what I want to do is just act. Like any role that comes to me that helps me to grow as an actor, I'll do it. That's just how I see acting. I don't have a specific role. Like I would say, okay, once I've done this role, I'm done with acting. I've reached my level, because there's really no level in acting, because you just keep acting and keep getting better and better and better. So I don't have a specific role. One time I said I wanted to be like a doctor who was blind, and he could just walk in the room and just touch a patient and say, okay, something is wrong with you, this is wrong with you. But no, it's just, if a role comes, it comes. Once I like it, and I see how the character grows in the story, and the story that is being told, and how the character fits in the story, I'm like, okay, this is a good story, I'll tell it.
Alright, so family life now.
Yeah.
Do you find that, or not even just family life, in your personal life, do you find that you have to use your acting skills more time in real life situations, like maybe in the bank, and you have to say, John, I'm tired?
Yeah, like one at the time really would come out, because I was in the line waiting on the line long, and then all of a sudden 3 females got up, big woman, and say, me did there here a long time, you know, we just be sit down there, so. You know that Jamaican something there, they just stand in the line, they run go pay one bill this and pay bill this and come back and say, I'm here. That's something there. So yeah, I find the characters come out sometime, and it's pretty useful sometime.
You can give them the look, go on.
No, them never see, because them lead in front of me. They're in front of me, so them not gonna see. When I look over door, and when I look so, I'm gonna move the head, and I want to tell her you to look for me. And him said, so, he's my actor. I'm gonna say, alright, mad thing. Like him see what I go on, and say, yo, really out there. I hope nobody no get poisoned, you know. Yeah, man. Crazy. Because one person asked me, do you feel as if you're that creative where you can bring this character to life and this emotion, or you had it in you all along? I would say yes, but the situation never presented itself. So all of those characteristics and those expressions and everything, it's hidden inside of you. You just haven't come across a circumstance that required that sort of reaction.